Welcome guys, I'm back at RUDERUDYTUTORIALS. So in the previous video I showed you guys the game editor, and this is the terrain generator. So they're going to be hooked up together. Okay, they are different HTML files, but I'm going to hook this one up in an iframe so it can also display within that game engine. Right, so we got some sliders also here on the right hand side. This is just to adjust the grid, and we also have adjusters for the terrain, but at the moment I'm showing you that I can move my grid around wherever I want to, right, and it will save that position, and that is when I'm going to press a button on button click, and the terrain will automatically transform into that same position that the grid is in. Right, so I'm just taking you guys through in what I'm busy with, and I'm also now just checking that everything is working properly because I'm done. The export part is not yet implemented in this project, but I will do that in a later stage. It's quite daunting guys doing this alone, but as you can see, the results is very nice. I like it. Okay, this is the generator, the terrain generator. As you can see there, it will generate as soon as you press the generate button. So you can generate terrains. You can also choose to flat terrain. It's optional. That is why I also want to add some brushes that we can add some smoothness to the terrain, but also keep it low poly, you know, but just to make it a little bit smoother. So that will be the paint section. Okay, yeah, I would also like to spawn a character on this terrain just to have a look, a nice view on how the terrain looks from a character's point of view. That is the perspective view. Okay, every terrain generator needs that perspective view so that you can maybe add some models on your terrain also. Alright, the run button, we're gonna get to the run button. The run button is also taking you to a nice viewport where you can view the terrain, like also with lighting, ambient lighting and all of that, giving you a feel on how your terrain will look in your game engine. And it's compatible with Unity and Unreal Engine. I'm going to add some export file format for GLT. Okay, GLTF. But otherwise guys, this is the terrain generator that's going to be hooked up with the previous video I showed you how I created a graphics editor. It's like a game editor. Okay, my own game editor. That is just a marker, alright, so that you can play around with the lighting. You can choose a cube, sphere, cylinder, as you can see in the dialog box there. So you can have some visualization on what is going on with the shadowing, the lighting. Yeah, that is just a marker. Okay, so when you press run, you will see the terrain, whatever you did on the terrain. That's why I said this is a FPS character. You can move around, but I'm having a problem. Okay, there you go. That is the FPS character. So you will be able to move around on the terrain, see that everything looks properly, that everything, the size is proper, everything, you know, before you export your terrain with all your assets into your game engine, or just into a format that you want to add, maybe in Blender or in a different game development engine. But for now, this is just the beginning guys. There's still a lot to do, but I'm sharing with you guys because I haven't been uploading for quite a while, and this is why. I will be making videos on Coppercube because I've got a bunch of comments in my comment box asking me some relevant questions, you know, about Coppercube. Some functionalities like behaviors and actions and that, but I will get back to that videos. But at the moment, as you can see, I'm very desperate to create my own game engine so I can make my games the way I want it to be. Okay, fluently with no problems. If I need a plugin, I don't need to go and look for a plugin. My game engine is like packed. There's a bunch of bugs also, as you can see, especially when I switch to the FPS character and then I get that error. Okay, so I need to disable whatever function that is clashing with my FPS character and with the default camera, because as you can see, the viewport iframe at the back is still active, and that is why my camera isn't moving when I just pressed again, switch to FPS character camera, and I get that error. But like I said, I'm working on this. I still need the texture editor and the material editor. It's the same thing, sorry for that. Okay guys, I hope I see you in the next video.